Social Action Theory by Talcott Parsons, Understanding Human Behavior in Society. Social action theory is a major part of sociology developed by the American sociologist Talcott Parsons. Parsons was interested in understanding why people behave the way they do, especially in social situations. At the center of his theory is the idea that people's actions are not random or accidental. Instead, they are guided by certain norms, values, and goals. Parsons wanted to look at how people's actions shape society and, in turn, how society shapes people's actions. The basic idea of social action theory is that every individual acts in ways that aim toward a purpose. When we interact with others, there are rules, expectations, and social standards that we follow, often unconsciously. These actions aren't just for our own benefit but are part of a broader social system that helps maintain order and cohesion in society. Parsons saw human behavior as purposeful, socially influenced, and structured within different parts of society. But let us break down this theory in simple terms. Imagine walking into a classroom. Without anyone telling you, you know that you should sit quietly, listen to the teacher, and take notes. In this case, your actions are based on social expectations around how students should behave in a classroom. These expectations are formed by the society you live in, and if everyone follows them, the classroom runs smoothly. But if one student breaks these expectations and disrupts the class, it can throw off the order for everyone. So, social actions, according to Parsons, are the actions people take that help maintain the larger system they are part of. Let's explore some of the core elements of his theory. Parsons believed that people act voluntarily, meaning we choose to do what we do based on our goals and what we think is right. However, we don't just act randomly. Our choices are influenced by social norms, cultural values, and our understanding of what is appropriate. For instance, someone might work hard at their job because they want a promotion. Here, the action of working hard is based on a purpose to get promoted. Parsons called this kind of action purposive, meaning it's aimed at achieving something specific. This concept also implies that people are not just reacting to things that happen around them. They actively participate in creating outcomes. This sense of purpose drives us, but it's always within certain social rules. We know what is expected of us and, therefore, choose to act in ways that align with those expectations. If a child is taught to respect their elders, they might grow up acting respectfully toward older people, not because they are forced but because they believe it is the right thing to do based on what they were taught. One of the unique aspects of Parsons' theory is his belief that any stable society must meet four basic requirements, which he called the AGIL model. These are adaptation, goal attainment, integration, and latency. These terms might sound complex, but here's a breakdown in simple language. Society needs to adapt to its environment, meaning it needs resources to survive. Think of it as a family needing to have food, shelter, and water. Similarly, society must have resources like education, healthcare, and employment to keep people functioning. Every society has shared goals, such as growth, peace, and prosperity. To reach these goals, society needs effective leadership and structure. A good example is the government setting goals like building schools, maintaining public safety, or creating jobs. By attaining these goals, society maintains order. This part involves making sure all the parts of society work together harmoniously. Imagine how in a workplace, employees from different departments need to collaborate to achieve the company's overall goal. In society, integration is about keeping different groups, institutions, and roles connected so they function smoothly together. Latency is about maintaining cultural values and beliefs over time. It's like how families pass down traditions or values to their children. These values help create a sense of identity and stability in society. In the case of society, values like freedom, equality, and respect help unify people and give them a shared identity. Parsons believed that for society to stay stable and keep functioning, it has to fulfill these four imperatives. Just like an engine needs different parts to work properly, society relies on these functions to operate smoothly. When one of these parts fails, society can face instability. One of the core ideas in social action theory is that people's actions are guided by the roles they play in society. In every group or setting, we take on roles with specific responsibilities. For example, a mother has the role of caring for her children, a teacher has the role of educating students, and a police officer has the role of enforcing laws. Each role comes with certain expectations and behaviors. Society benefits from people knowing their roles because it helps create order. Imagine if teachers suddenly stopped teaching, doctors stopped treating patients, or parents stopped caring for their children. Society would become chaotic and disorganized. By sticking to these roles, people contribute to the smooth functioning of society. These roles are supported by norms, which are the rules or guidelines for behavior. For example, if someone is at a wedding, there are norms around how they should dress, behave, and interact with others. These norms give people a sense of direction in how to act. By following norms, people's actions become predictable, which in turn helps maintain social stability. When someone breaks these norms, it can create tension or conflict, which is why there are often rules or systems to bring things back in line. Parsons' theory shows that society is like a living organism made up of different parts that each play an essential role. People's actions keep this organism alive and functioning. He believed that social order is maintained not through force or fear but because people choose to follow the rules. Social institutions like family, religion, education, and government all play roles in guiding people's actions. For example, family teaches children how to behave and instills cultural values in them. Education teaches discipline and work ethics. Religion often provides moral values, and government sets the rules for society to follow. These institutions together shape people's actions and, in turn, create a stable society. Parsons' social action theory also suggests that conflict is less about people trying to undermine society and more about misunderstandings, or changes in the roles and norms people are used to. When people agree on their roles, society remains harmonious. But when roles are unclear or norms are challenged, it can lead to social disruptions. Parsons believed people have a degree of freedom in their actions. We are not robots following commands, instead, we have the freedom to make choices. But this freedom also comes with responsibility. For example, a person in a position of power, like a police officer, has the freedom to enforce laws. But they also have a responsibility to treat people fairly and uphold justice. So, while people have the freedom to act, they are expected to do so responsibly, respecting social norms and values. Social action theory is essential because it gives us a way to understand why people behave the way they do in society. It helps explain why social roles and norms are important and how they contribute to social stability. Without understanding these roles and norms, it would be challenging to have a functioning society. This theory also reminds us that our actions are meaningful and affect society as a whole. In a modern context, social action theory is helpful to understand workplaces, schools, and communities. It explains how individual actions contribute to a larger system. For example, if people in a community volunteer to help clean up public spaces, their collective action benefits the community. Similarly, if everyone in a workplace works towards the company's goals, it creates a more productive and harmonious environment. This idea is central to social action theory. Talcott Parsons' social action theory allows us to see that our actions are not isolated but contribute to the broader society. By understanding the roles and norms that guide us, we can see how society operates and maintains stability. This insight into human behavior offers us a deeper appreciation of our responsibilities within society and reminds us of the power our actions hold. Thank you for watching, and do not forget to like, subscribe, and share if you found this content insightful. Stay tuned for more content exploring human behavior and social theory.